Hello, welcome to Talking Music, where every song has a story. My name's Paul, and what we like to do on this channel is talk about well-known songs, get behind the story of the song, dish the facts, the information, and occasionally one or two secrets as well. So the song we're talking about today is Where Is the Love from the Black Eyed Peas. Now, this song can be described as a one-world anthem. Its message of peace and love, underlined by its overriding question, where is the love? Because there's something going wrong with the world that we're living in. It was issued as a single in the summer of 2003 and scored worldwide success. In the UK, it was the best-selling single that year, and in America, it remained in the Billboard Top 20 for a fairly impressive 15 weeks, peaking at number 8 over there. The Black Eyed Peas were an American hip-hop group consisting of will.i.am, Apple.D.Ap, and Taboo. Founded in 1995, they only achieved success when they refashioned themselves as a more marketable pop-rap act, and the release of their third album, Elefunk, in 2003, which featured the song Where Is the Love as a single. Now, in the year leading up to Elefunk, the group had made a more determined effort to attain commercial success and auditioned for a fourth singer, a female, designed to create a more polished pop sound and deliberately letting go of any desires for rap credibility. Nicole Scherzinger was considered, but lost out to Stacey Ferguson, who was to become known as Fergie. She became the fourth Black Eyed Pea, and Where Is the Love became their first single. Now, success for the group came at a cost. They lost a lot of credibility. They had built a loyal fan base since 1995, but were commercial failures for the record company. In fact, there was doubt that the Black Eyed Peas would survive at one point. It was record producer and A&R man Ron Fair who asked them to consider softening their style. And it was will.i.am who resisted, saying it would be a sellout. But Taboo said on the topic of selling out, he'd much rather be selling out arenas than selling out of his car trunk on the corner of his block. I think he's got a point, don't you? Where Is the Love was written as a reaction to 9/11, which affected the three group members at the time, will.i.am, Apple.D.Ap, and Taboo, quite deeply. 9/11 put a lot of what they were working on at the time on hold, and they themselves were trying to come to terms with what had happened. Some 3-4 months later, will.i.am came up with a guitar loop for a song, and Taboo and Apple.D.Ap liked what they heard and started writing. With all that had been going on, they felt like asking the question, where is the love? The song was slow to develop, and during this time, Taboo introduced Justin Timberlake to the group, and he heard what they were working on. The music impressed him, and he subsequently helped with the lyrics and sang backing on the record, but this was kept low-key because his debut solo album, Justified, was coming out, and his record label, Jive Records, were concerned with overexposure. Hence, he wasn't featured on the music video, and he wasn't credited on the song as a singer. Once the song had been written, Fergie had joined the group and recorded vocals, which helped soften the song, and a string section was included in the arrangement too for the same purpose. It was a blatant attempt to make their sound appeal to a wider audience. And when the song hit, there was a backlash from fans who said the Black Eyed Peas had sold out.
You know, it's weird because it took me back to when I first joined the Peas, and it was like, okay, I'd been in a girl group for a while, Wild Orchid, and it's like our songs were like, you know, it was kind of gospel tinge. Our first ballad called "At Night I Pray," and it was too urban for pop radio. We were too Caucasian for urban radio.
Right.
So it was like this hard thing, and it was like, okay, so we just the Spice Girls came out, and they started making us do these, you know, cookie cutter things and trying to make us, and it was just like, it felt wrong.
Corny, a little bit of corny.
Yeah, a little lot of corn.
And
it's like we sent these songs. It just didn't, in my bones. So, anyways, I just rebelled and then went through like a whole, I guess everybody calls it the dark period. I just started partying and getting into like And I find these creative people at night because I wasn't being able to creatively express. So I went through this whole life change, and coming out of that and overcoming it, which was the hardest thing I've ever done, realized that I needed to not, I was being loyal to my girls and staying in the group, but I really didn't want to do it anymore. But getting back to the story, when I first joined the Black Eyed Peas, it was like, I was so excited. It was like this whole epiphany, and it was like, boom, where's the love hit? And it was like, who is this terrible person that is joining the Black Eyed Peas? She's ruining it. She is awful.
Did they really say that?
People would say.
But you know what? I remember that because that's a difficult thing when there's a group that's established and then someone comes in, they're like, it's a white girl.
Absolutely.
Joining a group that's like a hip hop urban group that is going to draw some criticism.
Yeah, and it was like she's masterminding their pop crossover, ruining the whole thing. Because it was very obscure, and when things are obscure and they're cool, you want to like have it as your thing,
right?
And I ruined that apparently, and so it was cool. I was like, I had to just take all this.
That's a lot.
Ugh, yeah. And so
imagine if they had social media back then.
Oh my gosh,
it would have been a disaster.
I would have the tears. It's just like, so the tears were in private, but then I just had to go out. I'm a fighter. Like I feel like when that happens, I go to like Rocky, those old Rocky movies, and I go to like that, you know what I mean? It's like I get my.
Run up those steps.
My eye of the tiger, yes. And so it's like I felt like every show was a fight.
In an interview in 2016, will.i.am said the song's inspiration came from his anxiety of living in post-9/11 America. He recalls on the day of 9/11 driving home over the San Francisco Bridge, normally a 10-minute drive. It seemed like an hour to him with his nerves on edge. The lyrics are protest lyrics against terrorism, the US government, racism, gang crime, and pollution. The lyrics even denounce the CIA, though at a later point those lyrics were excluded. The song was released during the Iraq War and contains the bridge, "A war's going on, but the reason's undercover." The song has a lot of emotion and has something to say from the heart. In fact, as will.i.am has pointed out, it has 94 beats per minute, comparable to the average human heart rate of between 70 to 100 beats per minute. The video for the song was filmed in East Los Angeles, and the Black Eyed Peas are telling people what's wrong with the world. And Fergie, along with others, is placing stickers with question marks to ask people, where is the love? The chorus of the song used children to mouth the words. On the song, it's Justin Timberlake and Fergie you hear. In the charts, it made number 1 in Australia, Sweden, the Netherlands, Germany, Denmark and Ireland. And let's now see how it did in the 2 premier markets. First, the US Billboard chart. Didn't make number 1, made the top 10 though. It peaked there on August the 9th, 2003 at number 8. That was its highest position. But over the August and September in America, it hovered between 8 and 9 in the Hot 100, a rather unusual chart experience, but altogether 15 weeks in the top 20, and went on to become the 26th best seller in America in 2003. The best seller was In Da Club from 50 Cent. And as we look at that chart for August the 9th, 2003, if you're wondering, the number 1 that week was Beyoncé and Crazy in Love. Quick look at the UK chart, and it went to number 1 on the 7th of September 2003. And look at that, that's a big leap, isn't it? 78 the week before, up to number 1, so really in at number 1 for the Black Eyed Peas and Where Is the Love. And it stayed there for 6 weeks at the top, and it turned out to be the UK's bestseller that year, 650,000 records sold, just under 1 million in the US, making it around 2.2 million worldwide. The album Elephunk sold 3 million worldwide, so that would have had a sales impact on the single. The song was nominated for a Grammy for Best Song of the Year, but lost out to Clocks from Coldplay. And the Black Eyed Peas released a new version of the song in August 2016. will.i.am said he felt compelled to do a remake because of tragic events that were happening across the world.
So this project took place when online people were asking us, hey, we need a new version of Where's the Love after the Paris attacks, after Brussels and Turkey and Orlando here in America and all the things that were happening in inner cities with law enforcement and civilians. So we our hearts were just like paining and aching like everyone else's. So we went out in the studio, reunited the group, and answered the call, and then brought our friends along, and we made this song, Where's the Love, again.
The song featured Justin Timberlake, Usher, Jamie Foxx, Mary J. Blige, Jessie J, and Nicole Scherzinger. And the Black Eyed Peas members performed this version at the One Love Manchester concert in 2017 with Ariana Grande filling in for Fergie. It was viewed by 11 million people in the UK. It's a great song. It's a one-world anthem with a real standout to it. And I suppose a millennial protest song. And we hadn't really had much of those since the 60s and early 70s. But a protest song about what was happening to the world, or should I say, what is happening to the world. The Black Eyed Peas and Where is the Love? And that's it for another one. We've been talking music where every song has a story. Don't forget to subscribe. Just click on the subscribe button. It's absolutely free, of course, and there are lots more talking music videos where we get behind the story of the song, the facts and information, and the odd secret or two on other well-known songs. So until the next video, I do wish you well. Till then, bye-bye.